Ngozi and Chike had been in love since they were teenagers. Their love was the talk of the village, with many envying their relationship. Their love seemed unbreakable, and they couldn't wait to get married and start a life together. Their wedding preparations were in full swing, with the entire village coming together to help them plan the perfect wedding. 1 week before the wedding, Chike's best man, Obinna, arrived in the village for the wedding. Obinna and Chike had been best friends since they were young. They did everything together, and Chike trusted him more than anyone else. Obinna was handsome, charming, and had a way with words that made every woman in the village swoon. Ngozi couldn't help but notice him, but she never thought much of it as she was deeply in love with Chike. However, on the night before the wedding, everything changed. Chike had insisted that they sleep separately the night before the wedding, as it was a tradition in the village. Ngozi was alone in her room, feeling anxious about the wedding. She couldn't sleep, so she decided to take a walk to clear her mind. As she was walking, she heard someone calling her name. She turned around to see Obinna standing there, looking handsome as ever. He told her that he was also having trouble sleeping and asked if she wanted to take a walk with him. Ngozi hesitated at first, but his charming smile convinced her to go with him. As they walked around the village, they talked about everything and anything. Obinna was a great listener, and Ngozi found herself opening up to him about her fears and doubts about the wedding. Before she knew it, the night had fled and it was almost down. They decided to head back to the village. But as they walked, Obinna suddenly stopped and looked into her eyes. Ngozi, I have always loved you, and I can see that you are not truly happy with Chike. I miss to make you happy. Let's run away together, he said, his voice full of sincerity. Ngozi was taken aback by his word. She had never thought of Obinna in that way, but in that moment, she saw him in a different light. She was torn between her love for Chike and the sudden realization of her feelings for Obinna. I can't do this, Obinna. Chike loves me, and we have a life planned together. I can't just run away with you, she said, trying to convince herself and Obinna. He didn't push her further, and they both went back to the village. Ngozi couldn't stop thinking about what had just happened. She couldn't believe that she had almost betrayed Chike on the night before their wedding. The next morning, Ngozi woke up feeling guilty and confused. She tried to ignore her feelings for Obinna and focus on her wedding to Chike. But as she stood at the altar, waiting for Chike, she couldn't shake off the guilt and thought of Obinna. As they exchanged their vows, Ngozi couldn't help but think that she was making a mistake. She loved Chike, but her feelings for Obinna were pulling her in different directions. She pushed those thoughts aside and convinced herself that she was doing the right thing by marrying Chike. After the wedding, Chike and Ngozi had a traditional African wedding with lots of dancing and celebration. But Ngozi couldn't enjoy any of it. She felt guilty and trapped in a marriage that she was no longer sure about. Days turned into weeks and months turned into years. Chike and Ngozi's love seemed to have faded away. They no longer laughed, and talk like they used to. Chike was always busy with work, and Ngozi found herself feeling alone and neglected. Obinna had moved out of the village and Ngozi hadn't heard from him in years. But she couldn't forget him and the night before her wedding. She regretted not choosing him and wondered how different her life would have been if she had. One day, Ngozi received a letter from Obinna. He was back in the village and wanted to see her. She hesitated at first, but curiosity got the best of her, and she agreed to meet with him. As they sat down to talk, Obinna poured his heart out to her. He told her that he had never stopped loving her and that he regretted not fighting for her on the night before her wedding. He had come back to the village to try and win her back, even though she was married to Chike. Ngozi was torn once again. She knew she still loved Chike, but she couldn't deny her feelings for Obinna. She realized that she had made a mistake by not choosing him before. She didn't want to make the same mistake again. She sat down with Chike and told him everything. She confessed to him about the night before their wedding and her feelings for Obinna. Chike was heartbroken and angry, but he loved Ngozi enough to let her go. He knew that he couldn't keep her in a loveless marriage. Ngozi and Obinna got married a few months later, and this time, Chike was the best man. He had forgiven them both and wished them a lifetime of happiness. As Ngozi looked into Obinna's eyes, she realized that she had finally made the right choice. She was truly in love and couldn't wait to start a new life with him. From that day on, Ngozi and Obinna's love was the talk of the village. They had overcome all the obstacles and found their way back to each other. Their love story was a reminder that sometimes the heart knows who it truly belongs to, even if it takes a while to figure it out. And this is the end of the story. Guys, if you enjoyed this story, please just give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos.